From Who's the Boss to Taxi. Remember Taxi? I do. Legendary actor Tony Danza has been making us laugh for a long time, decades now. Now he returns in the new season of the TV crime series. You've got to see this. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. So Danza plays Queen's mob boss, Stefano Marchetti. What a name. He makes sure anybody looking to do business in New York has to go through him first. In this preview, Stefano works to handle a very, how shall we say, sensitive family issue.
I have a job that demands a little bit of distance and some cover for me.
You need me to do more work for you.
My daughter, Paulette, her new husband, Tommaso, he's embarrassing her and me, and that's unacceptable. Problem is Tommaso's a made guy, so I can't have one of my own guys go over there and knock some much-needed sense into him. That's against the rules.
You mafia guys seem to find a whole lot of ways around the rules, though.
Well, yeah.
That's good.
The lines are so good. Tony Danza joins us now. Hello, Tony.
Hello,
Danza. It's so
Gayle,
good to
Tony,
have you.
Nate, nice to see you guys. Thank
Because
you.
you say stuff like, look, I don't want it to be acrimonious because the guy's a decent earner. I just want you to ring his bells, see who's home. do you like the writing in this show? You have great lines like that?
And the other writers on the show, that's the thing about it, you know, any show, it's all about the writing, you know.
Yeah.
We just happen to also add to that. If you look at the acting, you know, Patina Miller and London Brown and Wendell Pierce.
I know, but do you have favorite lines that stand out to you? I love the dialogue.
It's so much fun to play the guy. I mean, I actually have said in the fourth season that's coming up, I say to the guy, hey, I find out who's responsible for this. Somebody's going to be wearing cement sneakers. So cement sneakers. I blew the line. And then the guy at the table says, boy, I hope they don't come in my size. And I go, it's one size fits all.
Like that.
It's like being in a 40s gangster movie. You know?
It's so out of character for how we know
And
you.
yet,
It's
by the
Taxi.
way,
yes,
and yet it's a family show.
yeah.
It really is about a woman trying to raise her son.
Yeah.
You call this role a gift late in life to you. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, first of all, I get to do something that I wouldn't usually get called for, and it is late in life. I mean, not for nothing. It's towards the end of your career, and you get something like this. And one of the great things is we shoot it in New York, so I sleep in my own bed. So it's really it's a gift. It really is, and you get to work with really terrific people.
Yeah,
the writing's
cast
great,
is amazing.
and the you know, I've been doing this a long time.
A long time.
And I've been in my share of hour shows. I've done, you know,
Yeah.
I could tell when I'm in a good one. Yeah.
You
So I'm
feel
really
it.
excited. You know, this is the first time they've really gone out of their way to promote it.
Yeah.
They've been very satisfied with a very dedicated audience. And now this year they decided to do a little bit of promotion. So I'm thrilled.
You're so intimidating in the role, and
Yes.
I have to be reminded that you are the Tony Danza
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
me, Mr. Good
Yeah.
Mop.
Yes.
With the peace symbol on the lapel and everything. And of course, people know you from Who's the Boss, and over the years there's been talk about maybe a reboot.
Yeah.
Is that still something being discussed?
It's a sequel, not a reboot.
Sequel.
Okay.
It's a sequel. It's where are these people, you know, 30
Yeah.
years, 40 years later, 30 years later, and dealing with the issues of today in a funny way. I mean, I think, you know, one thing I often think is that the world was nicer when the country was nicer, when Who's the Boss was on the air, because we all watched the same shows.
Yes.
We worried about the message that you gave in all the shows. We worried about our kids, which is, you know, another thing that I'm really concerned about the sort of abdication of any kind of nurturing of our children.
Yeah.
You know, we don't care anymore. We used to be a family hour where you could only watch or show certain
We're
things.
polarized on everything.
Well, but we shouldn't be on our kids.
Yeah.
And so, you know, so I worry about, you know, I have a wonderful organization.
Stars of Tomorrow Project.
Stars of Tomorrow Project. And we did a show the other night at the Triad, Friday night. The Triad Theater on 72nd Street. It's this incredible theater. It's like a little jewel box. And we had the kids and myself, and we had the tap dance ensemble. We did.
But I've heard you say your childhood helped inspire this project for you.
Yeah, well, you know what it is that I had such a great childhood.
Yeah.
I grew up in the 50s and 60s in East New York and Brooklyn, the worst, toughest neighborhood in the city. The greatest place
But
to
what a
grow up.
time to be alive.
The greatest time to be alive. And I don't know, we would just, you know, everybody was broke. There was no rich people, but nobody was desperate.
Yeah.
That's the difference, you know what I mean? And you know, I saw a survey where they said 50% of New Yorkers, they can't make ends meet. How do you have a happy, safe city if 50% of people don't have enough, you know what I mean? I just...
Tony,
You want to run for mayor?
No.
There you go.
Tony, I want to get back to something you talked about earlier, being a little bit older and getting this role. You mentioned before that you get to a certain age in this business and people tell you did enough.
Yeah.
Why are you acting still?
Or no, you're not acting anymore, Tony?
Yeah, you're not. So what is your advice to individuals that are your age that still have that passion and still can do big things like you're doing right now?
Well, I mean, you know, I don't know how to tell anybody else how to live. My thought is, you know, exercise and moisturizer. and you just keep trying and keep trying to expand.
Keep swinging
you
the
know,
bat.
But also try, you know, I'm taking piano lessons. I do the live act. You know, I got
Yeah.
dates at the Carlisle.
I know,
again.
I'm coming to
June.
see your
keep
brain
evolving.
is still very active.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I'm going to leave on that note. Exercise and moisturize.
That's right.
Season 4 of Power Book 3 Raising Kanan premieres Friday on Stars.